Originally, this is going to be a video about me making crochet parasol cover. So I originally bought this paper parasol. As you can see, it's ripped. Local theater opera house is having like a liquidation sale or something, or like getting rid of their old props kind of sale. So I bought that for like maybe $1 or something. And then I taught a crochet class the other day. Someone decided that they wanted to buy it from the clearance section of the yarn shop rather than the yarn that we typically recommend for people to buy. And so she was asking me, was like, oh, is it okay if I get this yarn? And originally, like, looking at the yarn, I thought it was going to be fine, and the yarn said that it could use a 4mm hook, but turns out this was too thin of a yarn. So I felt bad, and I was like, well, I did tell you that you could use that yarn. You ended up not being able to use that yarn, so I'll just buy it from you, not realizing that it has wool. And with my experience of using a yarn that has 4% of wool, I already started to suspect that I maybe had a wool allergy. This is 60% wool. And, well, yeah, I think that's a definite wool allergy. So I'm going to show you the progress that I did make on this parasol journey, and then I'm going to undo my work and put this in a little baggie and just take it to a craft swap someday.
I was trying to make some sort of flower design, and I like playing around with textures, so I was using front post stitches. I feel like I just don't see it as much in crochet, especially even with like crochet lace. I feel like you see kind of more texture in knit lace, and maybe that's just me and my experience, but I got to about, I think this is like the 3rd row, and then I wasn't sure how I was going to move forward, and I turned out to make this diamond design. So what I do, and this is a tip as someone who designs patterns and just like makes their own stuff, is if you're not sure how it's going to play out and how you want it to look yet, don't work the whole row. So I just did like a little bit of the row, then I chained and did a space, and then did the other technique to see how it would play out. And I did that a couple times, and then I chained to come back to the beginning of the experimental swatch. So that's just a little tip for you guys, and it is pretty roughly, because of the way the parasol is constructed, I couldn't do a magic circle and I had to do a chain. So I think that kind of messed me up a little bit, because I can't tell you the last time that I worked with a center being a chain rather than a magic circle. So yeah, definitely still have a lot of pattern working to do with this. I did take notes, so I'll have somewhere to start when I pick this back up, but let's just take a look at how this looks on the parasol before we frog it. This is how it's looking. Definitely